Hey guys, this is our 6.4 law of sines. Well, you got to memorize this formula. Sine of A over A is equal to sine of B over B is equal to sine of C over C. And these formulas are mainly used when given two angles and an included side. That's my angle side angle, or two angles and one side, meaning angle side. Let's start with the first problem. Problem number one, what would be given is one side. And let's go ahead and label it ABC. I have one side. This angle I will have 75 degrees. This one 45 degrees. And this is therefore 60. Well, my goal here is to find, let's go ahead and find the side B. Is this triangle unique? Of course, this triangle is unique because this is my angle, side angle. Just because it's angle, side angle, I will say triangle unique. Now, let's go ahead and find, if I could omit one of these, let's say if I omitted this one, you just use 180 minus and get this one. If I omit this, you do 180 minus the other two and you get the missing angle. So that's an easy fix. Now, let's go ahead and find B. To find B, I will say, well, the sine of angle B over B is equal to, at this point, I have this side, so I need to use it. And here we go with the angle C. So I will say sine of 45 over 340. Well, B here is 60, so I could have replaced also B by 60. So sine 60 over B is equal to sine 45 over 340. Multiple ways of solving it. You can cross multiply, you can work however you want your algebra to work, but me, I know that B would be equal to, I will have, let's go ahead and I'll show you step. B times the sine of 45 is equal to 340 times the sine of 60. At this point, I will divide both sides by sine 45 to get B is equal to 340 sine 60 over the sine of 45. Well, using your calculator, you will get that B is approximately equal to 416.413. All right, let's look at the next one. On example 2, before I go to the next one, I want to clarify one thing. The law of sine, with the law of sine, we want to always use unique triangles. And unique triangles are usually, with the law of sine, is angle side angle and angle side. This one, you will have to use the law of sine. Compared to the one that you looked at yesterday, the law of cosine will be used for angle. Actually, it will be side angle side, and also side. Those you will have to use the law of cosines. Note that these will give me always unique triangles. All right, let's go ahead and check with the side angle. What will happen if you have a side angle? Well, side angle is not a triangle postulate. If you remember in geometry, this is not a triangle postulate. Other we remember it by, instead of writing side angle, they write angle side. And this is for our ambiguous case, mean that it is unclear. You might have two solutions. So with the side angle side, we have two solutions. Not always, might. All right, what I will do on the next one is this. On number 2, let's start with a triangle. Not quite good triangle, but good enough to work with. This is a 29-degree angle. I'll call this one, let's say 26. And let's label it A, C, B. And let's give this one 15. What I have here is an angle, a side, and a side. So I have an angle, side, side. Why don't we work on it? Well, before I work on this one, I would say you have many different measurements for this. You have this measurement, that many measurements for these sides. Hold on, well, I can have the case that my angle is like this, where this is 26, 15, and I build the other one like this, and I will get one solution. But I can also have these two. Instead of having it like this, I can drop this 15 down here and still close it. Note that this is still 15. This one will give me one solution, but this one will give me two solutions actually. In case the 15, instead of being straight, is down here. Well, if I have this now and this here, and this doesn't close completely, it doesn't give me a triangle at all. And this one will therefore be no solutions. Let's go ahead and solve the case where we have a triangle. So I will not work with the no solution at all. So in case I actually have a triangle, notice that I have two ways of building that triangle. So if I apply the law of sine here, I will say sine of 29 over 15 is equal to the sine of A over 26. Now at this point, I will say 15 sine A is equal to 26 sine 29. So I will say sine of A is equal to 26 sine 29 over 15. Well, because it's a sine, well, it's a belly. I have different solution for this. The general solution for this, because it's positive, I know that the first one, remember, all students take calculus. And sine is your y-axis. So the first one will be located somewhere here. So if I build a triangle, I will have a triangle here, where my first angle will be here. And the second one will be somewhere in this, where I will have this triangle instead. So using my calculator, you will get that, or your calculator, you will get that measure of angle A can be equal to 57.176 degrees. Well, if this is 57.176 degrees, the whole one here would be 180 minus this. So you have another possible measurement of angle A, and that would be 122.84, actually 824. 122.824. This way is kind of hectic because you end up with two angles. So you have so many ways of making a mistake. So the better way, let me put here, better way, is actually to use the law of cosine. So if I use the law of cosine on this same triangle, I will say 15 squared is equal to b squared that I don't know, plus 26 squared minus 2 times b times 26 cosine of 29 degrees. If you simplify it and I move the 15 over here, I'll have 0 is equal to b squared plus 26 squared. But instead of writing plus 26 squared, let me go ahead and write something, write it a little different. I will put minus 2 times 26 times b cosine of 29 degrees. And at the end, I will still have the plus 26 squared and minus the 15 squared. What I want to attract your attention to is this. I have a b squared here, and I have a b here. So this just looks like a regular quadratic equation. And since you have a calculator with you, you can just find the root, and you will get that b is equal to 14.609, or b is equal to 30.871. I believe this is way easier than trying to find the two angles. Alright, one more example, or a few more examples, maybe two. Let's do example 3 first. Example 3, I start again with a triangle, a random triangle, where I have 45 degrees here. I will call this A. I will call this C, and this is B. I'll give this 10. And I have a side. I have this here. You could use the law of sine here. Because I have these two, I can say now that 10 squared is equal to, I'm going to give this 7, so that I will have, the reason I'm putting 7 is because I want a side-side angle, or angle side-side again. So I will say 10 squared is equal to 7 squared plus c squared minus 2 times 7 times c cosine of 45. Note that I went straight to the so-called better way that I was working on up there. So from here, if I rearrange it, I will have 0 is equal to 7 squared plus c squared minus 2 times 7. I will leave it as 2 times 7 times c cosine of 45 degrees minus 10 squared. And once again, this is a quadratic, and you will get c is equal to 13.639, and you will get another c, but the other c will be negative. And because we're talking about angles in a triangle, we cannot use negative angles, so this will be crossed out, and this is your only answer. And you will finish now with the law of cosine, because now that you get c, you get this one as 13.639. Well, you finish with the law of sine, because you can say sine of 45 over 10 is equal to the sine of c over 13.639. I believe that from here you can find what the sine of c is and finish the problem. Alright, one last one. Same concept with the side angle again. I will give you now this triangle where I give you 122 here, and I will give you 70 here, and I'll give you 42. Let's still call it ABC. The best way to solve it is, again, start with the 70 square, which is equal to, this one will be 122 square. I will call this one C, and note that I have an angle and two sides. So I will say 70 square is equal to 122 square plus C square minus 2 times 122 times C, and I have the cosine of 42 degrees. This is a C. So 0 is equal to 122 square plus C square minus 2 times 122 times C times also the cosine of 42 degrees and minus 70 degrees. If you solve this one, or try to solve this one, you will get that there are no solution for C. And because there are no solution, so we will say not possible. Because in fact it's not possible because it's not a triangle. This is the third case. So I just show you all three cases of angle side.